Hello everybody and welcome back to Carpathian Countryside in our continued live stream playthrough. It is March 1st. Spring has sprung here in the Carpathian lands and we are prepping our fields. The last few fields that need planting. We are prepping those fields and getting ready to put down some sunflowers so we can continue to make our pig food for ever-increasing pig population. Semper Buffo, Sherry, Waylon, hello everybody. Good evening to all, and to all a good evening. Snowman, what is up? What is up? Don't mind the lack of game volume. I was trying to get something pulled up here. We're going to be talking a lot today about the Pack 4 announcement. The Oxbow pack just announced today. Coming in 4 weeks to Farming Simulator 22. The remaining pack of the Year 2 Season Pass. Lots of other great information coming out as of late. I saw Sherry mentioned something about a Starfield trailer. We also got information about Forza Motorsport today. So excited for that. Scooter, what is up? Donald, how you doing? How's the Maverick doing tonight? Oh, I don't know, Sherry. I suspect there are still folks who enjoy the finer life of being a grape farmer. Oh, I am doing good, Busy at work. I would love to just say, you know what? Let's not worry about live streaming tonight and just hit the sack early. There have been a couple late nights as of late, that's for sure. Kristen, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. We also hit 45,000 subs last night. Published a map video late last night. Another map with fairly complex custom productions and a whole heap load of new crops, nuts, fruit trees, lots of interesting things going on that map for sure. Well, I can tell you, to say I was relieved to not see a map drop today would be an understatement. Tristan, we are on Carpathian Countryside, as the stream title says. Jelly, good evening to you. was going to switch over to a horse cultivator, but quite honestly, it really wasn't worth the swap out of machinery. I know, Tookie, we're going to be talking about that here in a little bit. Check out those configurations. I think the best bang for the buck right now is the Homesteader, the middle line. Sir Raznik is here. He's got fast internet, does not know what to do with himself. He can now upload a video faster than he can even think about filling out all the fields and everything in YouTube. He's like, wait, is it done? I didn't even get done filling in my description yet. Well, I tell you what, Tuki, I also, apparently I had requested, access to a Ubisoft title. What is it? Bones, Skull and Bones? Let me pull this up. Pull this thing up. Yes, Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones. I got an email last week about a closed beta. They said, would you like to be a part of the closed beta? I said, yes, please. So we'll see. We'll see if we get selected or not. It did say that I could stream and put content out for the closed beta, which is a highlight. Tuki, no, did not get a Starfield key. Not yet. Not yet. Now, oddly enough, and I mentioned this a while ago, way back in December of 2022, okay, last December, I had an email from Bethesda Software basically saying that they were coming out with this brand new franchise, first franchise in I don't know how many years, right? It was a game called Starfield. And they were looking for creators to come on board and everything. And I get emails like I wouldn't say every day, but at least weekly. I get weekly emails about, you know, can you pitch this product, or do you want to do this, or here's this, or here's that. I ignored 99% of those, and I ignored that one. And then, then Starfield was all announced, you know, earlier this year. And I put 1 and 2 together. I was like, oh my gosh. If I'd only known, right? If I'd only known back then, I'd have replied back to that email. Scooter's Workbench is asking about the steering wheel. I don't know if you all know about this yet. I posted it in the Discord. Did I not? Did I not? No, I did not post it in the Discord. I posted in Giants Discord to see what Giants was going to say about it, and they didn't say a darned thing about it. So we're going to show it off. We'll show it off here in a little bit. What? Hey, stop. Stop. We're not having that. I think it's insanely expensive. That's one thing I think. I think it's really expensive at $3.99. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our Carpathian countryside. It is a marsh, and we are working our bones to the skulls. No, we're looking our fingers to the bone with respect to trying to get our fields prepped and everything for our spring planting. We got a whole lot to talk about today. And as always, I am a little bit running behind. So I need to get a couple things a little prepped real fast. That honestly I didn't even think about until right before the stream. Now, we just were talking about before the roll of the intro, a new farming vehicle bundle, control bundle, wheel, pedals, and joystick and side panel set that was announced by Hori, H-O-R-I. Coming November, conspicuously enough, November 16th, 2 days after the premium expansion drops. Let's roll that beautiful footage, and I'll show you all what we're talking about here if you hadn't seen it. So, first impressions, the wheel looks cheap. The wheel looks like the current Logitech bundle, but we do get, look here, we get a blinker stick. Here we have a joystick. The joystick side panel actually looks nice, but I don't think you can buy it separate. We have 3 pedals as opposed to the current heavy equipment bundle 2 pedals, right? They don't look like too much there to go by, but there's 3 pedals versus 2. We get a little gameplay footage going on here, right? Nothing exciting there. So here we have, oh, dang it, stop. So here we've got the wheel. I'm hoping the wheel doesn't have spring back. It does not look in any way like this wheel has any sort of actual force feedback, which is probably going to be a bit disappointing. We have a little turn signal lever. Turn left, right, turn on our lights, turn on or off. We got 2 little 4-way thumbsticks. We got 4-way buttons here. You see over here we have then a hand throttle. Hand throttle for going up and down. Hand throttle also has some side buttons. Got some more side buttons here, possibly buttons here along the side, and a whole lot of buttons on the joystick. There it showed the hand throttle. So the hand throttle has 4 side buttons that we can see here. We can see the 4 side buttons. Then we have right, left, right, forward, back. I think we have rotate. And then we have a whole bunch of, we got another 8, 9, 10 buttons there. 2 buttons, 2 more buttons. But yeah, when I saw the price, right? I saw the price and I was like, are you kidding me? $3.99 US. So we get the pedals. We get this, which might be worth something if you buy it all by itself. I'm not too keen on the wheel. There's the whole set. And where we come down here, 76 buttons. Are you serious? Releasing November 16th, I think. Now, looking at the rest of this company's stuff, I'm not really sure. I know Schultz was talking about this company having possibly fairly decent, like flight stick controllers. But I don't know. I think $3.99 is a bit much. $2.99, I think, or maybe it's $2.50 is the current price for the Logitech heavy equipment bundle. In my opinion, that wheel is trash, and the pedals are about as close to that as possible. Also, the side panel, I've got the side panel. I think the side panel is worth it. think you get the side panel itself for $199, $159, something like that. I think the side panel is good. It's kind of got a little dinky joystick, but you know, I use the joystick to move cameras around basically almost all the time. So whenever I'm doing a nice smooth pan like this, I'm using the side panel joystick as opposed to, you know, the mouse. So I try to use the side panel when I'm doing map videos because it's a lot smoother. It would be interesting to see if they would sell the new side panel joystick independent of the rest of that bundle. Jimmy, glad you have finally been able to get into chat. I don't know why you had those issues earlier, but glad they are cleared up. I very much like my Thrustmaster wheel. I like my Thrustmaster wheel. It's got force feedback. It's got enough buttons for me, and it works flawlessly across any driving game that I have ever tried to use it on. What was that? I don't know what that noise was. Other than a possibly great demand. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger wheel, but I don't think it's going to have any sort of force feedback. I hope it doesn't have spring back. I think the current heavy equipment bundle has spring back, but I've never actually had that wheel. Simper Buffo, it is your 1 year anniversary. Heck yeah, let's give everybody a big old round of applause for Simper being a member for 1 whole year. Thank you very much for your continued support of the channel. We also, as I said, we got the Oxbow, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but hey, that's how I'm going to say it. We got the Oxbow pack announced today, $4.99 US with the 10% off early access pre-order bundle, $5.99 US post-release. We include a new grape harvester that can also be configured as a sprayer for your grapes, a 2-for-1 if you will. We also have multiple traits available for slurry or manure application, also configurable to be one or the other. And then we have a new 12-meter merger. And as I said in my announcement video, imagine merging 24 meters worth of product into a single windrow. I wouldn't want to run the fast bale through that because, well, it would be anything but slow. Or it'd be anything but fast. But imagine how fast those bales would spew out. They would just be pumping out the back. 24 meters worth of content all windrowed together. So we now have a price. We now know the value, as I said also in my announcement video, the value for the year 2 season pass. We also can now see the absolute crazy value in the premium edition. Right? Remember the premium edition, which includes the premium expansion and the base game and every other piece of DLC released to date other than pumps and hoses. Giants has the premium edition at $49.99, $50. Giants has the base game, $39.99 still. Giants has both DLCs, or year one. I can't speak. Has both year 1 and year 2 season passes at $39.99 each. So it's $120 worth of product for $49.99. That is a crazy deal if you won, or just getting into Farm Sim and you want to basically get it all. The best bang for your buck, premium edition. Maybe you have the base game, but you haven't bought any extra content. $49.99, you'll get the base game again, but you get all that extra content that would have been 80 bucks for 50 bucks. You save yourself 30 bucks right there. Right? If you've been keeping up with the content, well, then obviously you can buy the premium edition individually, or the premium expansion individually, or if you had the year 2 season pass, you don't have to buy anything because you already own it. But the year 2 season pass, right? Let's pull this up. Boom, let's pull something else up. Right, the year 2 season pass, $39.99. Right? Let's go to our DLCs here. So the premium expansion is going to be $19.99. The Oxbow pack is $5.99. Horse aggravation, $9.99. Pay and forage, $9.99. Gouville pack, $9.99. So there's $10, $20, $30 right there in those 3 DLCs. $35 right there in that. So that's the price of, almost the price of the year 2 season pass at $39.99. And then you save yourself nearly 20 bucks off of buying these all individual. But of course, maybe you don't want 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of these, right? So you have your ability to pick and choose. Yeah. Crazy cool values. Let me know what you all think, man. What are you all doing? How many of you have the year 2 season pass? How many of you pick and choose the DLCs when they are announced or when they are released? Oh, look at the sunset. Premium was even a bigger deal during the Steam Summer Sale because the Premium Edition was on sale. All right, we're going to hire him on. Let's go take this milk down to the dairy. Or not down to the dairy, down to the, yeah, down to the dairy. Top off that production. Chad picks and chooses, which is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. It's your money, right? You want to go to something you're going to actually use? That is perfectly fine. Oh, roll. Let's see here. Rolos. Jerry over in the Discord was saying the same thing. He was wanting to see the self-propelled merger come to the pack, but you know, there's always the potential we'll get more Oxbow stuff later on. Right? That's always the potential. Oh, a potato harvester. We got Gamescom going on this week. All types of cool gaming announcements coming on. I haven't seen the Starlink trailer. Sherry, what was in the Starlink trailer? think I have to go further this way to get to the dairy. Gregory, what is up? What is up? I think that grape sprayer looks really interesting. I don't know how many rows we can spray at one time. But I'm looking forward to trying it out. GTA 6, huh? There's always someone special in the crowd. Where is my dairy? Dairy, where are you at? Dairy dear, here we are. We are completely the wrong place. I was back in the right place earlier. Daniel, good evening. Good evening. Well, didn't they announce GTA 6? It's just, I don't know when it's coming out. Rulos, I do not follow anyone. So, I don't know if he's made any statements or not. I would say to follow him on Facebook. That would be your best chance of knowing. Dumped in. Freightliner Mega Pack. Yeah, we were almost out of product. I saw, I like to watch the Adam Savage Tested channel on YouTube, and they're making the Starfield ship from the trailer in real life with like 3D printing and lots of other modeling techniques. We need to turn that off. Oh. That's what I want to turn off. Okay. We're going to go and sleep once we get back to the farm. Get into March 2nd. We also had information about Forza Motorsport today. Preload information. Possibly even pricing information has been dropped now. For the standard edition, deluxe edition, and premium edition. $69.99, $89.99, and $99.99. With the premium edition getting early access, kind of a trend as of late. Oh, thank you, Chad. Thank you. That was quite a long rundown of the productions. Indeed, since it had the, since it did have the production revamp items added. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the next video in that series as they kind of move along from the 3D modeling to kind of the painting aspect and then the lighting, right? Each member on the team kind of has their own unique specialties. Yeah, I think Rollo's, sorry. I think Rollo's, yeah, like Red Dead Redemption 2, excellent single player storyline, excellent single player experience. Red Dead Online, probably not so much. Maybe it's better now. Probably won't be till GTA comes out, and then everyone be all like moving away over to that. I would just say if you're going to look at playing that map, to be very, very careful with your mods, because you can get, I know when production revamp came out, there was a fair amount of, mods, production mods and other things that seem to run into conflict with it. Dozer, good evening. Good evening, sir. Good evening. I don't know why we don't turn our lights on in this house. Somebody's cheap. Cheap with electricity. We got any good sales before we advance? Nope, not doing grapes. All right, everybody, let's get up at 8 a.m. How about that map that came out yesterday with all of those fruit trees, nut trees, including alfalfa and rye? I kind of started to wonder, Sherry, if they excluded sugarcane and oilseed radish because they were running up to some sort of crop limit or field type limit right there. Especially given all the extra productions they had on there. Farmer G, what is up? What is up? Nope, we're not going to buy that. That's for darn sure. We do. Oh, this is how we do it. It's how we make our money. You're still running. You know what? Let's top off our dairy again. Mojo, yes, it's working. Yes, it's working. You know what else is working? That is... I've got it pinned in chat. Apex Gaming Computers. Right, so I've talked about this about a week and a half ago. And about a week and a half ago, there was a 10% off sale on the Apex Gaming FK bundled machines. And at the time I said that was a really good price. Now my friends, they have 17% off fire sale for the next 24 hours. Apex Gaming Computers, I've got a link in the description as well as in chat. Right now, I feel the best bang for the buck is the Homesteader, which is the middle line, $1477. What does that get you? That gets you a 12600KF 10-core processor from Intel, 120 AIO, 16 gigs of RAM, 3060 Ti graphics card, 512 gigs of fast NVMe storage, 750 watt power supply, so plenty of room to grow and expand. Free Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, free RGB case, free RGB lights as well. Go ahead, click customize this PC and see what other configurations you might be able to build out. Might be worth checking, especially given the fact that, well, Starlink has got some pretty interesting requirements. Forza Motorsport just dropped their PC spec needs there as well. Been looking for an upgrade? Now might be a good time. Like I said, 17% off. At least for the next 24 hours. David, I think it's just those four. It's priced at $599. We saw that price, that same price for the Premier pack. So the Premier pack was priced at $599, and it only included a few items as well. Yeah, the Forza specs are quite a broad range from minimum to recommended. I was looking at the various bundles that they were offering. We'll have to see where my 3080 falls in. Let's pull those up too while we're at it. What the hey? Let's do a lot of stuff tonight. Been so darn long since we have since we've had a chance to do anything. Here we are, Forza Motorsport, minimum specs, NVIDIA, AMD, an i5 8400, or a Ryzen 5 1600. That's pretty back there. I mean, we're talking about, that's like 5 generations old CPU there. 6 cores, a 1060 or a 5500 XT, 4 gigs of VRAM, 8 gigs of dedicated system RAM, 130 gig install size. Ooh, between this, Starfield, Baldur's Gate 3, you need a larger disk. Recommended specs: 11600K or a 5600X, 6 cores once again, 2080 Ti or a 6800 XT. 8 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of system memory. This, I think, somewhere between recommended high and ultra is where I'm going to land with my 3080, but I'll probably run high settings just so I have the overhead to do the streaming. Ideal specs, heck yeah, let's turn on all the graphics pretty. We need 11700K or a Ryzen 7 5800X, 8 cores, 4080 or a 7900 XT, 16 gigs of VRAM, 16 gigs of system RAM. Those are the specifications for Forza Motorsport. We are going to be bringing back Forza Friday when it all releases. If you were a fan of our Forza Fridays back with Forza Horizon 5, then you'll probably enjoy our Forza Motorsport Fridays. Oh, shoot. What the heck is going on here? Okay, Tractor, if you want to go down this way, we'll go this way. Hey, it's all about information sharing. I definitely don't have time anymore to go around and look this stuff up. I haven't had a chance to look at any of the Forza Motorsport videos that have popped up recently. I need to go back and kind of watch some of those. I was checking out earlier what the different editions included. Standard, deluxe, premium for the $69, $89, and $99 prices. There's, of course, the Forza Motorsport Car Pass. 30 cars released one a week, just like Horizon. There's, of course, the Forza Motorsport Welcome Pack, which was some number of cars and some other bonuses, like double credits earned, very similar to Horizon. Some VIP thing, also for premium. For me, it comes down to, am I likely going to play the game for 69 hours, 89 hours, or 99 plus hours? Because my general rule of thumb is $1 an hour. You know, if I spend $1 or spent an hour playing for every $1 that the game costs, then I feel that I've gotten money's worth. Right? If I spend, let's say, $40 and only play 30 hours, then it's kind of marginal, right? Did I really get any money's worth out of it? If I bought something for $100 and I played it for 300 hours, yep, 30 cents an hour. That's been worth it. That's my general rule of thumb. I think lots of people are kind of in that same boat. Because realistically, what can you do? $1 an hour. If you can do anything that you enjoy for $1 an hour, I think that's a win. I'm pretty darn close to $1 an hour already on, I think I'm over $1 an hour now on Baldur's Gate 3. Barely even scratched the surface of that one. What is planted in this field? Sugar beets. Okay, dude. Are you still working, man? Jeez. Okay. All right, we need to go and turn off collisions on the utility poles. Let me run down here. My kid wanted a new game. It was, I don't know what, it's like a tower defense game. It was $16.99 or $16 on Steam. And enable low voltage collisions. Oh, so they're already turned off. Okay, good. I left them turned off. And yeah, I was telling his mom, I'm like, if he plays it for 16 hours, then it was fine. She's like, what? I was like, basically, if he plays it for 16 hours worth of time, then I'm satisfied. Richard, I think probably from the American side, yeah, I could see that being the case. I was surprised to hear a lot of folks here in the States had seen Oxbow in use at farms around them that were eager to see it. I personally have never seen it, Brand, but then again, you know, I'm not the authority on what's out there at all. So I wasn't sure how it would be received. Overall, I think it's fairly well received. If you don't play slurry stuff, then yeah, it's not going to be received very well. But that's kind of understandable because you don't do slurry stuff. If you don't do grape stuff, then that's understandable, right? You got the big merger. right? So that's there. But no one has to own everything, right? People don't have to get upset like, oh, I hate that thing. Why am I going to be forced to buy it? You're not forced to buy anything, right? Buy only what you want. And at this point, the amount of stuff, the amount of brands that are available in Farm Sim, the amount of every particular piece of equipment that is available in Farm Sim already, we're going to see more and more specialty equipment. More and more specialty equipment as we go along. How many tedders can we really have? How many mowers can we really have? How many seeders do we really need? Do we really need 75 tractors that range between 100 and 200 horsepower? We're getting down in the weeds here. We're getting down into the specialty stuff. That's how we're expanding out. We're expanding more horizontally than vertically. Yeah. Post pre-release. It's $5.99, $6. And we've seen $1.99 on like the Euro, this grape harvester. Right, this was $1.99. Where is it? Right, so that was $1.99. I personally think if you're going to do grapes, at least until the Oxbow harvester comes out, I think this is the best grape harvester because the grapes go right down the center of the machine. It's very easy to use in first person in cab. Right, we have a nice little window down here right at our feet as compared to the New Holland, which is offset. Right, it's a little bit harder to drive through the rows. That's $1.99. That was a single piece of machinery. I would love, Raz, if we had building packs. I would love building packs. I love an American building pack. I love a South American building pack, European building pack, Eastern European, Western European, Asian building pack, an Australian building pack where all the buildings are upside down. You know, we will get with the premium edition the ability to manufacture pianos, similar to how we have the ability to manufacture boats in Platinum, right? The roller coaster was something special, right? Because we can build it, then we can ride it. It looks great at night. I would love if the roller coaster also gave us residual revenue. You know, other people riding it at night. That would be awesome. You know what? Speaking of residual revenue, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Oh yeah, track the southern exposure, and then we're just gonna put more in as we can afford it on this hillside. Perfect hillside for it. Well, Dozer, you know, it's not like it's the first time you've heard that one. With premium, we are getting some Eastern European animal pens. some Eastern European buildings that we'll then be able to put down across other maps. Giants confirmed the other day that we will be able to have carrots, parsnips, and red beets across all maps if you own the premium edition. I wasn't remembering correctly that was also the case in FS17, that when they added sugarcane, it basically instantly added sugarcane across all other maps as well. So that might add then some more value to the premium expansion. The ability to do your carrots, parsnips, and red beets on more maps than just Zielonka. Richard, we covered that early right at the start of the stream. Just to highlight, I think it's a lot overpriced. I think $3.99 is asking a whole lot of money for what I feel is not the best quality wheel. It may work perfectly fine for Farm Sim, but I don't think you're going to get the value, the bang for your buck out of that wheel like you would maybe for a traditional Logitech or Thrustmaster wheel. I don't think it's going to have force feedback. I'm a little worried it's going to have a centering spring, so it just kind of bounces back to center. The Logitech wheel really looks similar. Hasn't had the best reliability. The pedals, it's a 3-pedal set, which is nice to see compared to the current heavy equipment bundle, which is just 2 pedals. But they look like your stock, basic, cheap pedals. Again, they'll probably stand up fine to casual and light farming use. But if you're going to drop $400 on a equipment bundle like that, you're going to want to use it across lots of games. You're going to want to use it on ATS, Farm Sim. You're going to potentially want to, you maybe want to potentially get into some driving games, other driving games. And that's where I'm worried the compatibility is just not going to be there. I mean, I've got a Thrustmaster T300 RS. That alone is probably $3.99. I don't know what the price is. I don't remember. But it's going to hold up a lot better than that wheel. That is a guarantee. Has force feedback. Works flawlessly with every title I've ever tried to use it on. $76 buttons is a lot of buttons indeed. We were saying we thought probably the best aspect of that bundle was the joystick side panel. Pulling this up now just so I can show folks that maybe weren't here earlier. This is what we're talking about. The Hori farming vehicle control set comes with this wheel. It's got a nice little knob on here. Apparently it's a 13-inch wheel, a little bit bigger than a standard wheel. It does have a left-right turning indicator and light switch over here. Looks like it has a silly little horn button also. But there's no room for a motor in here, in my opinion, to have any decent force feedback. So I think it's just going to spring back and forth when you turn it. 3 pedals, but they look pretty basic, pretty plastic foot pads, plastic arms, which is fairly common for these entry-level pedal sets. This is where I think the money is in the bundle. This joystick, left, right, rotate, forward, back. We got all types of buttons up here on the top. We have a hand throttle with 4 buttons on the side. We have kind of a roller switch here. We've got 3 buttons there, 4 buttons, 3 buttons across the top, and I don't know if these are buttons. Hopefully they are. Right? Lots of buttons there. But $3.99 US. That is, I think, a bit overpriced for this. $2.99 US, maybe $2.50 US, a better value. But at $3.99, I think it's a bit much. But maybe it's better than I'm thinking. Look up Hori, HORI.com. It's the farming vehicle control set or something like that. Now, compared to what's out there now, let me see here. So, right here we have the Logitech Farming Simulator Heavy Equipment Bundle. Very, very similar wheel. A little bit smaller wheel, but very, 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 very similar. I don't know if I said that very enough. But does that not look very, 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 very similar to what the other one looks like? And this wheel does not have the best reliability. 2 pedals versus 3. Now, I have the side panel. The side panel's not all that bad. The joystick is a little stiff, right? But other than that, it's pretty good. And the side panel works ATS without a problem. Side panel works on lots of other games, not a problem. I use the joystick mostly for camera. If I'm going to do like wheel loader controls, I've got a different joystick for it. That's a bit easier to use. And with the Logitech side panel, you can buy it independent. Right? You could just buy the side panel as opposed to the whole bundle. I would 100% wait for reviews. Yes. Now, if the company wants to send me out a review pack, I'll take a look at it, but just looking at it, just seeing the video on it, I think the value is in the side panel joystick. If you've never had a wheel before and you only play Farm Sim, that you'd be interested in using the wheel, then maybe. Comes out, interesting enough, 2 days after Premium. I posted in Giants Ambassador channel to get Giants' take on it, and it's been crickets. Now, of course, they are at Gamescom. But the added shifter and not shifter, but signal indicator and light switch on the side, that's new. That's kind of interesting. Oh, Chad, I wouldn't say that's old school. Lots of folks use Xbox controllers for their PC gaming. I can't do it. I have something going on, I think, in my wrists that just the holding the controller causes my hands to go numb after just a few minutes. And it's not that I'm gripping the controller with the grip of death. The controller is very, very loose in my hand. It's just either the way my shoulders end up having to be scrunched in order to hold the controller with both hands, or just the general how my wrists end up being angled to hold the controller. Any controller, my hand's just numb. And well, that's not a desirable gaming experience, right? Indeed, Raz, but Oxbow really isn't new. We have Oxbow now. Plogger got bought out by Oxbow and they rebranded what was the Plogger AT5104 to the Oxbow 5104. And that was with an update sometime earlier this year. So Oxbow was introduced to the game with the Plogger, technically. Then they got bought out, they got rebranded. So you have this right now in your game. It's the slurry version. That's how I knew what was what. The LMNS versus the DNMS. Because trust me, if you Google DMNS, Google wants to give you all types of hits about DNS. It's like, what? You actually are searching for something other than domain name service? Alright, I said I wanted to plant today, so that's what we're going to do. While we continue to earn a little money with our fertilized contracts, we continue to do some cultivation on our fields. We're going to go start planting. It is not poplar time. We're not planting poplars. Oh, Dozer, that would be interesting. That could be interesting. Well, that's not gonna work. I don't see why you couldn't do that. You would have to do it with a configuration of, you know, your transmission, forward and reverse. Might depend on if it's a single. I mean, it would have to be a 3-positional switch, right? Up, center, and down. Yeah, Richard, I expect Giants would have their own announcement. Maybe, I mean, Gamescon's still going on. Maybe they're going to announce it at Gamescom. Maybe the manufacturer of the bundle jumped the shark a little bit with announcing it already. What are other people saying about it? That's what I would like to know. What are other people saying about it? Let's put this thing back. We're using our horse feed and fertilizer tank on the front and our Cuverland planter to expand our seed capacity. I think I need a Porsche for my horse. I don't know what. Yeah, workers blocked. Unless you thought I was blocking them as I drove past. Yeah, I'm blocked by traffic. Let's see if this guy's moving. Yeah, he's moving. Well, it turns you on. Here we go. Everything is perfect. Yeah, I would like to see more kind of building productions. I've talked about this before, and I made this suggestion to Giants. I wouldn't expect to see it until maybe year 3. Just because going from idea to reality, there is a time delay. But I had the suggestion of taking the roller coaster mechanic and expanding it to farm buildings, farmhouse, animal pens, so a player could choose to do a true start from scratch homesteader style gameplay where they roll in to a map with like next to nothing. They buy a plot of land, maybe in the forest, on the fringe of the forest, between a forest and a clearing, and they get to work clearing the forest land, clearing the grass areas around the forest, and then selling the wood, processing the wood, delivering logs to what they put down. You know, they place a farmhouse foundation. And the farmhouse foundation might cost $1,000. And basically, it ends up being initially just kind of a staked off area with a dump point for your products. and you deliver logs to your farmhouse. And over time, you build a log cabin. And then you put down a little machine shed to store your small tractor and a couple implements in. And again, it's just a staked off area. And you deliver logs, you deliver boards, and you get kind of a, a log cabin look machine shed. You put down a little cow pasture, and it, becomes kind of just an open cow pasture that's clearly the fences have been hewn from logs and things. And that's what you start out with. Then as you expand your operations, right, you could upgrade your farmhouse over time. You could do all types of things and allow the farmer to actually build his own farm, literally using that production mechanic. Schultz, you've been here, you've not been here. I don't remember. Oh, Patrick B, are you on console or are you on PC? I'm thinking you're on console. So, Patrick B, there is already a mod for that called Fill Level Limiter over at the Giants Mod Hub. Maybe one of these wrench guys would be willing to link you over to it. It allows you to define a specific fill level for whatever has capacity, and then you can say I only want 30 liters, 30,000 liters, and it cuts it off right there. There you go, fill level limiter right there. Schultz linked it to you. Give it a go. By our friend of the channel, GTX. Haven't seen Mr. GTX around for a while. Hope he's doing okay. Another mod one day that we all didn't know we needed until we... Alright, he's getting close to being done. It's okay, Patrick. We all know search on the Giants Mod Hub is horrid. So, no surprise there. You kind of have to know exactly what to look for. Yep, the in-game search downloadable content menu. That's fabulous. The website search is atrocious. Like if you search fill level set, right? Let's say you search fill level set. You're gonna get every mod that has the word fill, level, and set. Not those combinations, just every mod that has the word fill, every mod that has level, every mod that has set. But the downloadable content menu in game, you type that in, you might just get just fill level limiter. That might be the only thing that shows up. What I would do is, if I knew the map author, I would search the map author's name. And then I would just click through the pages of mods that the map author has done. Or not the map author, the mod author. I got maps on the brain because I was doing a little math for the Oxbow announcement. 267 map videos in FS19. Not FS19, FS22. 319 videos in FS19. It's not a far stretch that we're going to exceed 319 videos by probably early next year. I don't know what that texture is, why that's popping. You've had more than 200. Yeah, we're at 267 in the FS22 playlist. And most of those are on the Giants Mod Hub. It's like a tiger pattern. Dwayne, what is up? Oh, we're running out of fuel. Oh, we'll take that here. I'll just take every... You want to stand them up? I'll just hammer them out. I'll take every fertilizing contract you want to throw my way. Because it is easy money. Is Rad's trying to get friends again? Is that the issue? Razimachaz is trying to get friends again. Oh, he's trying to be friendly with the Canadians. Well, he's heard they're overly polite already. I don't know what the deal with that is, because this was canola. Right? It's not like we would have areas where we didn't have harvest or we didn't plant or anything. I don't find search works anywhere. I can never find anything I want to search for. At work, at one point in time, we stood up a wiki, a local hosted wiki, and we were going to use that for our internal documentation. And the problem with it was you had to know stuff was there before you could ever find what was there. And I was like, that's not going to be useful. For example, we had a page in the wiki that was just passwords for various things. Well, if you go to the wiki and you search the passwords, you didn't get anything. You had to search. Okay, you had to know that you had to search credentials. Hello. If I'm looking for a password, I'm not going to put 1 and 2 together and say, oh, I really need to search credentials. Then I really need to be able to spell credentials to search for it. And if anybody that's a horrible speller knows, trying to figure out how to spell something that you don't already know how to spell is a near impossible feat. Because you got to get close enough for the computer to suggest the right word. And sometimes that is near impossible. Yeah, all right, we got some weirdness going on here. Maybe it's a QR code. Maybe we're supposed to scan that. I didn't like the whole idea of a wiki is there isn't a table of contents. So again, it's a whole bunch of obfuscated pages that exist that only the people that wrote them know they exist and know how to find them. So if you're going to the page or pages, I just want to browse a listing of everything that's in it. Artemis, good evening. That's not even the classic security through obscurity. That's security through obviously posting it places. Like, that clearly can't be the password. It's just posted on the screen. It must be a trick. Oh, well, this is the first time I've seen it on Field 14. The first time we planted potatoes. Second time we did canola. And I'm pretty sure we had to use this because up until recently I didn't have a no-till seeder. Rez, you don't have prox cards that you just kind of hold up to a reader and it logs you into all the terminals? That's odd. Farmer Jack, welcome. How's it going? Do you know a Farmer Jill? Just saying. Oh, my sound effects don't work. See, people, this is the state of our healthcare system. Nowadays, the question isn't, is my personal information exposed? Has my personal information been exposed? The correct answer is, how many times has my personal information been exposed? Well, yeah. Well, I mean, so facts, right? So it is acceptable, perfectly acceptable for you to fax your medical information records to other doctors' offices. Well, a fax is about as insecure a method as transmission as you can get. Because I can just clip something on the line and phantom listen to the fax and basically strip all the, what am I looking for? I'm just gonna park it here. I can basically, strap something to the line and just listen to it. And basically print my own copy of your fax. Completely out of band. Right? I don't have to deactivate the remote fax. I can just sit there and take every fax you ever send and get my own copy of it. You can't encrypt a fax transmission because it's all beeps and bobs and boops. Well, I know you can't email. You can't email your medical records. That's not secure. Can I send it to a fax? And it's like, no, you cannot. Prox readers can't be that expensive. Crossblades, what is up? What is up? Never try to self-diagnose. That's easy to go fast lane to. That's the easy way to go to having basically every disease known to man. I gotta go back here because I just remembered. We're not done. We got one more field to cultivate. Anybody else have issues with CVS Pharmacy? Tell you, they've gotten awful around here. They never have any of your prescriptions ready when they say they're ready. The wife's had them have the same prescription in processing for like 5 days straight. Hello, it doesn't take 5 days to do something. I'll go down there. I'll go down there and I'll go to pick it up. No, it's not ready. I'll just go down there and act like I'm picking it up. And then they'll say, oh, we're working on that right now. BS. It'll be ready in 30 minutes. And then you see them basically go back to the aisles and grab the bottle and they start counting them out. I swear, I think their policy now is they don't even try to fill anything until the customer shows up to try to get it filled. Get this squared off in the hired helper. Ah, Loungefly, you're lucky. You're lucky. We got multiples around town. They're all bad. And we got a Walgreens in town too, but we can't go to Walgreens because Walgreens doesn't do our insurance. Oh, that is kind of funny, crossblades. I've never had that problem, but I did have just the other day. We have some ever always prying ears with the Amazon devices. Wife thought it'd be fun one year to buy them for the kids for Christmas so they could just, you know, speak things. So I came home last week and it was flashing like, you know, it's got an announcement to make. And it's like, your printer, your Canon blah 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 printer is low on ink. Do you want me to order some? I told it hell no and quit prying into my printer. But of course, since, you know, it's all on the same network, oh yeah, David, drug reps do that all the time, right? So then sometimes you're like, the doc wants to write you a prescription for something. It's like, is that the hot drug this week? Right? Are you getting a take? Are you getting a take on every prescription you write for that drug? So we had we had an issue once with CVS, right? So the wife's had lots of back surgeries. We know this. She's on pretty regular painkillers, right? So the doctor had written her a prescription to say, take something like, you know, take 3 times a day as needed, right? Take up to 3 times a day as needed or something. So we go to get it filled up, and the pharmacist is like, no, I'm not filling it. It's too early. It's like, what do you mean it's too early? It's been X days, and she takes 3 a day, so therefore she's burned through 30. Or burned through 90, or however many were provided. And he's like, oh, well, we don't assume people actually take 3 every day. I mean, does she not sleep? I said, no, actually, she doesn't sleep because she's in constant pain. So where's my damn pills? Are you a doctor? No, you're the pharmacist. Sure, you got training, you got a degree, but is it on prescribing medicine? No, it's on, like, you know, problems with medicines and stuff. Yeah, we fought insurance too, because she had a real big problem for a while with nausea. And like, no, we're not going to prescribe any more nausea pills, because the only people that need that many nausea pills are people on hospice care or are taking radiation treatments. It's like, hello? I can't wait till one day I'm in a position to provide you help, and I'm just going to say F off. I don't think you really need it. So we stopped going to CVS. After like 3 decades of exclusively going there, they were great. We stopped going there now. We drive an extra 20 minutes to a local hospital's outpatient pharmacy. I can go to the doctor. I can get a prescription. I can drive straight to the pharmacy. I can walk up to the counter, and I can wait maybe 5 minutes, and it's done. What I do with CVS, they send a prescription. 3 days later, it might be able to be filled if you show up and sit around for an hour. She's good. She's got her good days. She's got her bad days. She's been having some balance issues as of late, so we're a little concerned there might be some other impingements going on. And the problem at this point is standard MRIs don't show much because they can't see through all the hardware that is there. Because the existing rods, screws, and artificial discs, they all come up as black on the MRI. You know, because they're metal and fake, right? They're not real. So it's hard to discern. The bad discs would show up as black as well with the artificial stuff. So we're just working through it one day at a time. But she's had good days. She's been making a lot of food recently, which is great. And she's well enough to be in the kitchen. But yeah, I was just curious if other folks' experiences were the same. But she's in a better place now than she was a year ago. So we just moved last weekend our daughter into college for the second year. Last year, she was well enough to drive her to college, but there was no chance that she was ever going to be able to get to the room because the room is on the 3rd floor. There's no elevator in that building. So she never got to see the room, right, and be in the room. This year she was good enough to not only take her to college, but to go in the room and talk with her friends and talk around, you know, with the roommates and such. And then we were able to enjoy a decent lunch, right, without having to fear about how long have you been sitting in this seat, right? Do you need to go somewhere else? Now, I want to buy fertilizer here. I don't want to buy seed. This is risky. Honestly, I should not have bought seed. I have seed back at the farm. I didn't think about it. Well, her problem now is, right, she's got all that metal in her back. MRIs are like, it's like putting herself in a microwave. She heats up from the inside. One day at a time. We just got a new mattress. It was kind of funny. She spent a week. She was good enough to spend a week with her brother at her brother's house, and she slept on the couch or something there. I was kind of surprised, and she was like, "Yeah, I didn't have the same type of back pain I have at the house every morning." So then she started thinking, well, maybe it's the mattress. So for like a week, she slept in our son's bed. Then for a couple of days, she slept in our daughter's bed. And then our son's bed has what's called a trundle, right? It's like a bed under a bed. It's like a hideaway bed that slides under his normal bed. That's got a different mattress. So then she slept several days in that. And then she slept one night in our bed. And it's just like, yep, it's the mattress. So it's like, okay, that's fine. Just, you know, figure out what we need to get, and we'll just go and get it. But she's like, well, mattresses are so expensive. Okay, yeah, they are. But when's the last time we bought a mattress? Probably way too long ago. So it's like, all right, let's say we bought a mattress 10 years ago. Right? 365 nights a year. 3,650 nights over 10 years. How much is this mattress going to cost? Right? So it's less than $1 a night to sleep on a mattress that doesn't cause you pain. I'm willing to pay that. Those are, yeah, I told her, I'm like, you know what? Just break it down. How much is it per day? And they were offering financing, right? 0% for X months. Sure. Whatever. It's $50 a month for I don't know how long. At 0% interest. Okay. They want to give me a free loan? Yeah, she needs something that's firm, but not hard. So it's a foam. It's a multi-layer foam thing. It's shorter than her old one, so it's easier for her to get in and out of too. But when you lay on it, you're like, am I laying on a board? But it's not hard, right? It's like it curves in the right places to provide support across without any pressure points, right? Like a spring, the traditional spring mattresses, they end up giving you a lot of pressure points. So the new one's gonna be fine. The new one's gonna be fine. I think Raz can attest. I'm pretty easy to please on things. She's all like, well, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? What do you think of that? As far as like tasting things while she's cooking. I'm like, it's fine. What, does it need more salt? I don't know, it's fine. What else does it need in it? I don't know, it's fine. It doesn't need anything. I think Raz said he was going to be streaming. He's probably going to be setting up the stream here in a little bit. I'm going to send folks over to him because I got a hard stop in 15 minutes. I got something I need to get done before tomorrow. Chad, I never had the luxury of sleeping in a waterbed. Our old mattress was a pillow top, so it was like extra high. It was always hard getting sheets that fit it well without, you know, always coming up and coming off. The interesting thing with the foam one is there's no real transfer of movement, right? If you're tossing and turning around, right, nothing moves. It doesn't transfer movement to the frame, right? It doesn't transfer movement to anybody else that's in the bed. Did they slosh around a lot? Did you get a lot of motion in the ocean? Or did they have baffles in them too? You didn't feel like you were riding the waves. I'm falling. Oh no, wait, no, just some waves. Did you, like, are you supposed to drain them every so often? Does the water get all nasty? Tell you what, if you were here for the weekend stream, Saturday afternoon stream, this map looked amazing in the winter. It looks great in the spring. It looks great all the time. Keeping an eye out for that complete message. So folks, tomorrow we will not be live streaming. Tomorrow is Wednesday. We are still doing our Assetto Corso Competizione Championship. We have, I think, another 3 more weeks of that. This Sunday we're going to be at Watkins Glen. And Wednesday is the scheduled practice day for that. So we'll not be streaming tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be back streaming Farm Sim on Thursday. Hopefully we don't have a map drop on Thursday. Because we don't have long between now and when we are going to be kind of putting the lid on Farm Sim streams for a little bit. Because once Starfield comes out, we're going to be focusing on Starfield for a little while. Aside from still continuing to do videos when maps drop. We're talking about Forza Motorsport. We're going to be bringing that back. Forza Fridays. So regular Friday streams when we are doing Forza. And of course, we will be covering the Oxbow pack when that releases on September 19th. Hopefully, we never expect to get it, but hopefully we will continue to have early access to that. So we'll be able to show that off the weekend before. And then, of course, in 2 months, the premium edition. Once again, hopefully we'll get early access to that and be able to show off the Lanka map. I'll do a proper map tour video of that and release that on November 14th when the DLC officially releases. Very similar to what we did with the premium expansion of Silver Run Forest and the Porsche aggravation map. The aggravation pack. What are you going to be hunting for? What season will it be? November 14th. I know my grandfather, when he was hunting West Virginia, which is one state over, they would have deer season open, and he would often go deer hunting right before Thanksgiving. All right, we got that done. September 9th. Wow. So we're going to get this field fully seeded. Take a look at our growth calendar. And then next month, we're going to put corn down. We're completely out of corn. We're going to put corn down next month. And we also need to put some sorghum down next month. So I'm thinking we'll put corn in field 4. We'll put sorghum here in field 16 and 14. And we'll be doing that next live stream, because there'll be April next live stream. Also need to check on our animals. I think we need to be doing some nut. We're good on eggs. We're good on wool. Oh, yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. We need to majorly feed our cows. Pigs are doing okay. They could use some straw. Oh, that does sound crazy, Chad, but maybe, I don't know, maybe they breed year-round in the more temperate climate where it's not cold part of the year. Connor, good evening to you. Good morning to you, I should say, I think. We're actually just about done here. I'm doing good. Doing good. I do need to head out at the top of the hour. I got something I need to get done before I turn in for the day. I've never heard of blacktails. Are they a West Coast thing? Just set up for corn. So we'll be all ready to go. Next time, we'll get this done. I encourage you to go check Raz's channel out, Explanation Raz. I think he's streaming at the top of the hour. He now has actual real internet, so hopefully you won't run into any streaming difficulties like he had in the past. And he's got a little bit of a fundraiser going on. Encourage you to go check his stream out. Hear about what he's trying to get funds for. It's a very worthy cause, for sure. It's a little sad. It's a little sad, but very, very worthy cause. You get a link to his channel, Explanation Raz, in chat. Should give you a link over to his channel. Head on over there. Tell him who sent you. They like to have a fun time. Oh, he's already started? So yeah, like I said, once we get this done, I'm gonna go ahead and hang it up for the night, because I got something I need to get done before I turn in. And I've had a few long nights as of late. I saw how complex that map was yesterday. I'm like, oh my gosh. Are you serious? Another one of these super complex production maps? Thankfully, it didn't have multiple configurations for farms and vehicles and such, between multiplayer and single player. And we'll probably lose half of our profits to maintenance. Alright guys, let's go ahead and roll the beautiful Reddit footage. I think I completely forgot to bring up the Farm Baron members today. That's okay. We'll catch them. We'll catch them next time. Again, go check out Raz's channel. He's streaming right now. Explanation Raz. For that link, Schultz put a link up there earlier. Tell him FK sent you. Have yourself a good old time over there. And I'll catch you guys on Thursday. Unless, of course, there's a map drops tomorrow, then we'll be putting out a video on that tomorrow. Now we have all our fields cultivated. We put this thing away for another fun year. And until next time, happy farming.